Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor, back with another action-packed session. Today, we're going to be talking about the Philadelphia marketplace. This is my hometown, but it's a top 10 cash flow city. So very excited to talk about Philly as an opportunity for you guys if you're in an overpriced market and you've been looking for a way to invest out of state where your money goes further. If you're new to the platform, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment that says I subscribe. For everyone who leaves that comment, I'm going to send you instant access to one of my free real estate trainings. It's going to show you how to acquire properties for pennies on the dollar all across the country. You don't want to miss out on that free offer. So definitely stay locked in. If you're interested in any of our mentorship programs, we have the Boots on the Ground program. That's where we will find, finance, rehab, tenant, and manage cash flowing rental properties for you in the Philadelphia market. So we'll build those houses for you in Philly, and we manage them at 5%. Definitely DM me Boots on the Ground, and we'll get you tapped in there. We have another real estate ride along. We have a real estate ride along is going down this Saturday, May 18th in Philly. We have a group of about 20 people who are coming out, and we're just going to see a bunch of properties. I'm going to show you guys the boots on the ground operation, where to invest, why to invest, where all the value is. So that one is sold out. So we're going to do another one August 31st. Tickets are on sale now. DM me ride along, or text me or email me ride along to get your pre-order ticket. They're 50% off. And then if you just want to pick my brain and join my inner circle, get access to our course content, but also have access to me for private Q&A to advance you. If you want to get into your first deal within the next 90 days or less, and you want to do it yourself, just DM me and we'll get you tapped into our inner circle program that we just launched. So that'll be good for you guys. So let's get into this thing. Let's touch on mindset, and then we'll keep flowing. If you guys have questions, drop them in the chat section, drop them in the comment section, and we'll just keep flowing. So the mindset for today, and let me spin us around on IG and get you guys tapped in here. So the mindset for today is two important topics. One, pay yourself first, and two, put your money where it goes the furthest. So number one, no matter where you're starting at, if you're making $15,000, $20,000 a year, you have to get into the mindset of paying yourself first. You have to think about when your paycheck comes in, where does it go? Follow your own money. Who do you pay before you pay yourself? You might pay the insurance man, you pay the car note, you pay the cable bill, you pay the phone bill, you pay the grocer, you go get your hair did, right? Like you do all of these things and you pay all these people before you ever pay yourself. If you want to become a good investor or develop an account that has enough capital to invest in real estate comfortably, you have to pay yourself first. You have to get into the mindset of when that check comes in, I take 10%, I put it in a separate account. That's for real estate investing. I don't touch that money unless it goes into a property or into knowledge, real estate knowledge, something that's going to advance me in this game. And knowledge or a property can both advance you, because if you get the right knowledge, you can get multiple properties, many more, maybe over 100 more than you could get just kind of trying to figure this thing out from the School of Hard Knocks. So definitely don't sleep on getting those cheat codes and those principles, but you have to pay yourself first. What will happen is you will learn how to live off the 90. And then once you learn how to live off the 90%, when you're paying yourself 10% first, you're going to be able to increase that 10% to 20%, 30%, 40%. As you get pay increases, you're going to increase your pay rate and you're going to get to a higher level. So pay yourself first. Start small, even if it's 5%, and start to build that up and learn how to live on the rest. And the second principle is put your money where it goes the furthest. If you're in a priced out market, if you're in California, and we're going to look at some of the numbers in California today and compare it to Philadelphia directly. But if you're in a California market, if you're in New York, if you're in Colorado, if you're in some of these overpriced markets, where will your money go the furthest? That's what you need to be thinking about. Where can I take my money and put it and get more value? That's where you want to focus. If you're just beating your head against the wall in an overpriced market that you're getting outbid by cash buyers, there's no cash flow, that makes absolutely no sense in 2024 and beyond. With today's technology, with the resources that are out there, we have things like the Boots on the Ground program. I have somebody in our program from Hawaii. I have somebody in our program from New Zealand. You know, we have people tapped in from all over the country and outside of the country. into this US real estate and in the better markets, the top 10 cash flow cities, which Philly is the sixth largest city, because we're here to make that argument today. Sixth largest city, top 10 cash flow city, sister city to New York. So if you believe in the price of New York, that New York is getting more expensive and people are getting priced out, where do you think they're moving? New Yorkers don't like Boston. Newsflash. They're not moving to Boston. They're moving to Philly. And they're driving up the prices of the houses and the rents. So if you buy there now, and this is your macroeconomics on Philly, if you buy there now and you hold those properties, people are going to keep tapping in from all over the country into all the top 10 cash flow cities. But Philly's the biggest of the top 10 cash flow cities, the sixth largest city in America. People are going to keep pouring money in. They're going to drive up your property value. They're going to drive up your rents. And it's already happening. So if you get in on the trend, you're just going to win big. So put your money where it goes the furthest. Start to research out of town markets and then figure out what resources you need to be successful. If you want to do it yourself, I can show you how to do it yourself, or we can just do it for you within the Boots on the Ground program. So let's get into, we got a couple of questions come through, but I'm gonna get back to those questions. I want to get into some of this data. So let's dive right in. Here's a good question that you should have. Is Philadelphia landlord friendly? Is this a landlord friendly state? Because if you're in a place like New York or California, it ain't landlord friendly. You don't necessarily want to be on that side of the equation. If you get in the court system and you're like, hey, this person hasn't paid in a while, can I get them out? And the judge is like, we're kind of lenient. Let's give them another 6 months and come back later and we'll figure it out. You don't want to be there. You want to be in a location where you can get done what you need to get done. So this was an article by Bay Management Group. This is a big property management company. They have locations all over the country. We have some people who've come into my mentorship program and they've used Bay Management. This was before we had our own property management company that we could tap you into and manage for 5%. As you guys know, most property management companies are going to charge you around 10% or more. But Bay Management is reputable. So nothing negative to say about them. They wrote this article discussing some of the traits of landlord-friendly states. Property taxes and insurance rates usually low. They'll have registration and compliance licenses, landlord-tenant rights. There's an eviction process, local competition, and new post-pandemic regulation. So they tapped into Philly on some of these points. As you can see, out of the top 10, these are the 10 most landlord-friendly, let me highlight that for you guys, 10 most landlord-friendly rental property investment states. Pennsylvania is number 9 on there. Illinois, they got Chicago in there. I don't see Maryland here, even though Baltimore's there. I consider Baltimore to be pretty reasonable. But Pennsylvania's the top 9, so they're top 10. Let's go to Pennsylvania, and we talk about Philadelphia a little bit. So states as large as Pennsylvania offer various advantages for landlords, including an average rental rate of around $1,300 a month. I'm going to show you some of the rents I'm seeing right now. They're a good bit higher than that, in my opinion. Even though major metro areas such as Philadelphia, Harrisburg, and Pittsburgh have their own landlord-tenant laws. So when you get into the municipality, there will be specific, what I would call micro-specific landlord-tenant laws. This is one of the best landlord-friendly states. There is little tolerance for tenants who do not pay rent or violate any of the lease terms. So property owners can proceed with eviction through the courts after a 10-day written notice to vacate is presented to the tenant. I don't think it needs to get any clearer than that. How I consider it personally is a balanced state. To me, Philadelphia is a balanced city. Is it landlord friendly or is it tenant friendly? To me, it's very balanced. And what I mean by balance is if you have your paperwork together, you have your rental licenses, you got your lead inspections, you've done your rental suitability licenses. These are real things, guys. You have all your registration done, and you provide the tenant with the proper pamphlets and the good faith housing booklet, and there's a step-by-step process, but it's all publicly available information. If you do these things and you're on the compliance side, you can file eviction, no problem. No problem. But if you are clowning around, if you don't know the ropes, if you don't have your paperwork together, you're going to run into some issues with evictions. So that just means keep your game tight and know the process. As long as you know the process, you're going to be in a good position. So it's a fair city. I can't say that about places like maybe California. And I'm saying this from the perspective of the landlord. Somebody might watch this, they're like a tenant, and they're like, oh, the tenant should get this. That's a whole nother argument. We're talking about, is this a place where you can comfortably invest in real estate and buy rental properties and have the comfort that if somebody doesn't pay and you're doing everything above board and providing a quality housing situation, that you can get somebody out, get a new tenant, and continue to operate your business comfortably? The answer there is yes. So now the next question is, with Philadelphia, where are people coming from? What's the long-term trajectory of a city like Philadelphia? I say a city like Philadelphia because I feel this way about a couple other cities. Baltimore is one of them. You guys should know we're going to expand the Boots on the Ground program into Baltimore. So there's going to be another wave. But let's keep this on Philly for now. Let's talk about Philadelphia's migration and relocation trends. Where are people moving to Philadelphia from? Across the nation, 2% of home buyers search to move into Philadelphia from outside metros. That doesn't sound like a lot, but where are they coming from? Well, New York home buyers search to move into Philadelphia more than any other metro, followed by San Francisco and Los Angeles, California. So you can see where people are coming from to the Philadelphia market. They're coming from very expensive markets. They're coming from California, which I would say the average house is probably 15x the median income. Very expensive market. And then New York, the sister city. So you're getting people with bigger pockets, with deep pockets, who are coming in from markets and seeing properties valued at $900,000 for a 3-bed, 1-bath, and then they're coming to Philly and they're seeing what I'm about to show you next. So this should let you know that with net migration coming from overpriced cities, what do you think is going to happen? Forget what I'm saying. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think people coming in with deeper pockets from more expensive markets are going to tend to drive up prices, or are they going to complain about prices that are way lower than where they're coming from? They're going to drive up prices usually. And that's just logic. So if you follow your logic, typically in real estate, you'll be successful. Not following some other person's logic, you can certainly listen to what I say and research these articles. I'll put these links in the description. So if you want to tap into me or my team and book a call, you can click all the links in the description. You can book a call with me and my team. You can get your ride-along ticket. You can, learn more about real estate, tap into the free trainings. But you can also click on these article links and you can do your own research. But just understand, you have to develop your own logic as a real estate investor. This is not about following gurus or other people out there. It's about becoming a free-thinking investor. These are just some of the things you guys need to think about and continue to research. But trust me, Philadelphia it's on the way up. Here's a look, and I don't do this a ton with you guys, but this is kind of live data. This is a look. I put a screen together. I said, I want to see all the properties that sold for $100,000 or less in Philadelphia in the last month. 208 properties. And these are all screened by single family houses or even multifamily. Let's look at the property taxes on one of these houses. This one sold for $72,000 April 25th. So just sold. So don't ask me if a 3-bed, 1-bath, let me scroll it up. A 3-bed, 1-bath, about 1,000 square feet, 900 square feet. What is that selling for? You can get those for like $72K right now. And it's happening. Let's look at the taxes on a property like this. And you can compare it to your market. Property tax is $735 a year. It's right there. I'll highlight it for some of you guys. $735. I'll blow it up a little bit so you can even see it on the IG. So let's look at how many properties in LA sold for less than $100,000 in the last month. We have 2 properties compared to 200 in Philly. Let's even bump it up to 3 months. And let's save that. 4 homes. So you do the math. Are you gonna invest in a market like Philly or California? You do the math. You make a decision for yourself. But the numbers, to me, they just kind of speak for themselves. Here's some of the other rents too. You can use different websites for rents. I like looking at Section 8's rents to a degree because it's showing you what the affordable market will pay you. The affordable market props up the high-end market, because if affordable rents hit $2,000 a month for a starter home, then high-end has to hit $3,000. So it's propping up the entire market. So I'm looking at, what will the government pay? What can I get from low-income housing tenants, voucher-based tenants? And on Section 8, they'll pay somewhere usually between 70 to 100% of the rent. So you can get your hands on this. For a 3-bed in a group 1, which is a basic rent, $1,788. Traditional rent, which is a group 2, little nicer neighborhood. I'll call this the C neighborhood. Still $2,100 a month. Developing C class. Mid-range, this is like the really up and coming markets, and we'll get into where these locations are. $2,500 a month for a 3-bed starter home. Opportunity rents, these are in the nicer parts, closer to Center City. They've been fully developed. $3,000 a month. High opportunity rents, these are in the markets where your starter home will flip for, $450,000, $3,400 a month. So that's on the low end. Let me blow it up for IG a little bit. We're looking at this column for IG, this middle column, and you can kind of see all the rents. Once again, sorry, I'm battling a cold here. I'll give you all the links to this stuff. Let's get into Philadelphia's best places to invest in real estate. We're getting through this at a good pace, so we're going to have time for a lot of questions. Guys, drop your questions in the chat section. If you're getting value, share this content with somebody else. Share this with somebody who you want to get value, who you think could get into this game if they could just find an affordable market that they could, research and believe in. Let's talk about Philadelphia's market. This is a good one. Philadelphia's economic landscape. Philadelphia's real estate market is backed by a robust economy spanning healthcare, finance, education, and technology. The city's strategic location in the Northeast Corridor with excellent transportation infrastructure, has great transportation, comparable to New York City, and arguably better in some instances, the above ground, has led to a steady influx of residents. The Philadelphia Metro's median sales price was $340,000 as of January 2024, up 8.3% from last year. So even in a market where people are like, oh, the market could crash, it's going down, Philly's still appreciating strong, really strong. This is at 8%. This is at 8% interest rates. So think about that. At 8% interest rates, this market is still up 8%. That's insane. That means if rates balance themselves out as they go back down, this market is going to pop. Think about it. If rates go down, people can afford more house. They're just going to buy it up higher. 8% rates, and it went up 8%. At 5-6% rates, it could go up almost 20%. Comparably, because it's just going to be cheaper. You can afford more house for the same monthly payment. Is Philadelphia a good place to buy investment property? Philadelphia stands out as an excellent, let me move this up. Philadelphia stands out as an excellent place to buy investment property for several reasons. The city's stable job market, so you have workforce housing, diverse economy, and growing population. You have net in-migration to Philadelphia. Create a consistent demand for housing. Consistent demand. There's a lot of demand for rental properties in the city. Additionally, the affordability of Philadelphia compared to other East Coast cities provides investors with an attractive opportunity to enter the market with the potential for significant returns. Not just returns, but they're calling out for significant returns, which I would agree with. I would anticipate there's, 6-figure upside on a lot of properties. A lot of properties you could buy and do the burst strategy on right now. Just buy it, buy it for $72,000 like we just saw. I mean, we could look at more. We can scroll through. We could buy it for $72,000, $75,000. This is what people are buying it for. These all sold within the last month. $35,000 for this one. I had an eye on this one. It's a show. $90K for this one. Probably mostly livable. $95K for a 4-bed. These are good properties. You buy, renovate, refinance your money out, and just hang on to it. You're going to cash flow $500 a month on average on most of these properties. just Section 8ing them, not doing anything fantastic. Hang on to it. You could have 6-figure upside even on a deal like that, where you have little to no capital locked into the deal. Just hang on to it, cash flow it. The rent's going to inflate usually. And I think you have 6-figure upside in terms of appreciation. That's an incredible opportunity. Philadelphia is an incredible market, and it has been. Let's talk about the top neighborhoods to invest in, and then we'll open up for some Q&A. Top neighborhoods. Let me get into this. One is Fishtown. You guys should kind of know of Fishtown. You can research it. Very up and coming, very artsy. Restaurants. There's a lot to do there. In my opinion, really good market. Number two is, and Fishtown, last thing I'll say is it's like an A- market. When you come on a ride along, actually, the first market I take you to on the ride along is Fishtown. So you can see, wow, this thing's really built up. Then I take you straight into the hood. What they call the hood, at least. The C class. And most people are like, it's not that bad here, actually. It's not like I thought it would be on the news. It ain't. It's actually really good real estate, a really good market, a really developed market. But you'll see how close it is to the action. You'll start to understand the vision that I see for really the entire city. The entire city is going up, but at different paces. But there's that. There's Brewery Town. Many parts of Brewery Town are like C class. This is below Strawberry Mansion, which a lot of people consider the hood in the C- class. Brewery Town is there. And we're doing deals in Brewery Town right now. We're going to take the ride along people this Saturday to Brewery Town. Old Kensington. Old Kensington is next to Fishtown and some of the Northern Liberties markets. Good market to invest in. We have some deals going on in there. Port Richmond. I got a bunch of people. One of my buddies is an attorney, and he has a bunch of people, a huge network, and he's buying properties in Port Richmond. And he's got buddies buying properties in Port Richmond. And I'm telling you guys this. Some of you guys, you'll book a call. Hey, Brian, I want to learn about the Boots on the Ground program. What's going on with Philly? I've never heard of Philly. I don't know if I believe in Philly. My buddy believes in Philly. New York attorneys believe in Philly. They're diversifying their cash flow. They're taking money off the table and pouring it into the city while you're thinking about it. Like, they thought about it. They're done thinking. They're taking action. So a lot of this opportunity, it'll be gone if you wait too long. Now's the time to wake up and start to get yourself situated. Chestnut Hill, to me, is an A neighborhood. You could flip here, but you ain't going to cash flow. Logan Square, same thing. Strawberry Mansion, shockingly, it's been making a lot of people's lists. Now, this is considered the C- in my opinion, hood. But I've done hundreds of deals here. There's a lot of opportunity here, and it's just developing rapidly. This is where Temple University is. Philadelphia, a lot of you guys don't know this, there are 80 universities, 80 colleges in Philadelphia. So there are a lot of young people. There's a huge young crowd, working force crowd that's graduating and sticks around. 80 colleges in a small city. There's a lot of people every year that are getting, moving into these properties and kind of living there. So there's a lot of value there. But Strawberry Mansion is pinched by Brewery Town below it, Temple University on the side of it, and the activity is getting pressed up. So there's a pocket and a window of opportunity to get into a market like Strawberry Mansion. When you guys tap into my mentorship programs, the Boots on the Ground, either or, I'm going to give you a personal zip code map where I walk you through every zip code of Philadelphia and tell you where to invest, why to invest, the strategies that we do there, and what makes sense. But we won't get into all of that today. And that should give you guys a better sense of the Philadelphia market. So hopefully that helps. I'm going to jump into some questions that you guys have had. If you have any questions as we're rolling through, drop them in the chat section, drop them in the comment section, and we'll just answer as many questions as we can. Appreciate you for tapping in, Ruben, and sharing some info. He said it's South LA Watts in the hood. LA is not really my market. I mean, I've been to LA a few times, but in terms of investing, I mean, I would say that Watts has been kind of hood. historically, but there's usually opportunity everywhere. There's usually value. Markets will change, so the time to get into some of these markets is when they're considered hood markets. So that's what I would say there. If it's considered a hood market, you may want to get into it. You may want to tap into that hood market. I'm coming. Melissa says she's coming to the next ride along. Definitely, if you want to tap into the ride along, click the links in the description. There's one where you can get your ride along ticket. I would recommend signing up for the ride along sooner rather than later, because we sold out with almost a month left until the ride along. So we sold out in April, and then a couple more people tapped in. I was like, look, I had somebody tap in. We don't even have space on the bus. Like, I'm serious when I say it's sold out. Like, it'll sell out, because I like to keep the group small as well, so that I can spend a lot of time with you guys individually. It's about answering your question and building you guys up, giving you a decade's worth of experience in a day. So I don't want that 50-person group. I want it to be a tight group so that we can spend a lot of time together. And then we lace you up. You'll get your we got the 24/7 Cashflow hoodie in the back. We got the Navy 24/7 Cashflow hoodies this time. So we try to mix up the colors. Sometimes people come into multiple ride-alongs, but we will definitely get you guys tapped in, get you your 24/7 Cashflow hoodie, and then lace you up. You get limited course content, and then just get you guys laced up with this information. Lachey said, "Can you help me to do a deal in Philly?" Definitely. Just reach out. We'll talk and we'll get you tapped in. Webster sponsored this. Facts. Webster sponsored this YouTube video. Get your knowledge up. I have 1.5 million in property in Philadelphia, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm serious too. Please help someone. Reach out. Click the links in the description. Tap in. DM me. You can text me at that number scrolling at the bottom as well, and we'll see how we can help you. But that's a good amount of property that you have. So you got to know something having 1.5 million in property, unless it's just one crib that's worth 1.5 million. Then you don't really have to know that much. You just know, one deal's worth. But we can help you. I mean, if you want to scale, I was talking to somebody today with 5 properties in Philadelphia who's just like, Brian, I just want to scale. I need that one-on-one mentorship so that I can scale. And I haven't been doing as much one-on-one mentorship because of time. I've had to pour that into the boots on the ground, because a lot of you guys are like, Brian, just build this thing for me. Come on, bro. Just handle it. Get me connected with the lenders, and let's get to the cash flow. Hit that easy button. And I don't blame you. I would hit that button too. If I was just getting started and I had the version of me who could connect me with all the resources, the lenders, the contractors, and everything, and handle the drama of the rehab, and get me, to the finish line, I would definitely pull that trigger, because there's and just learn how to do it the right way. It's not that you have to, if you're in the boots on the ground program, stay forever. Some people are like, I ain't going nowhere, but you could use it as a learning tool and then try to scale your own operation. And I would probably be on that wavelength, I think, unless when I got started in this thing, I was 27. Probably when I got started in this game, I was in a different mindset, maybe with kids and everything. Now 37, that's a different mindset. Maybe I'll just hit the easy button and be like, I'm gonna spend time with my kids and just focus on scaling through somebody else's leverage. But you have to kind of pick and choose, what makes the most sense for you and who you are as an individual. But somebody with 5 properties felt the same, like they weren't quite there, didn't know how to get over the hump, and just needed more pointers. So definitely reach out, click the links in the description, and you can get tapped in. Guys, if you have any more questions, comments, we'll go through them quickly and then we'll lock out of this. Hey Brian, what do you think of loans to start on a first rental property? FHA loans. FHA, that's how I started my first deal. I did an FHA house hack on a multifamily, and that was how I got my first deal. That property tripled in value. The rents doubled in about 8 to 9 years. So that was a great deal, right? And I put down like $5,000 for it, 3.5%. And it was selling at top dollar, back when I got it. So real estate can be a gift that keeps giving if you just get started. So a house hack could be a great way to get started. But then there's a right way to house hack and a wrong way. And if you don't know what you're doing, you just end up costing yourself more money. It's not that you even have to lose. In my opinion, very few people lose in real estate if you stick with it. So if you just keep going, you'll win. You won't lose really at all. But there are things that will feel like a loss. And overspending is to a degree a loss because it's money that you could have used towards another deal. So you're better off educating yourself at a high level and then going out and just executing flawlessly. It's very easy to save. It's very easy to save $10,000 in real estate because you're doing, let's say you do a triplex. It's a $350,000, $400,000 triplex, which is a Philadelphia number. You can see that in Philly. Actually, somebody just put a triplex under contract for like $250 or something like that, and it's almost moving ready. It's almost moving ready. I think my guy Phil from Virginia got that. And he tapped into the ride along, and is fired up. We just got him a multi. I think he's got 2 deals now. But yeah, there's a lot of cash flow here, guys. You could do that with an FHA though. You'll put down $400,000. You'll put down 3.5%. But on a $400,000 deal, you could lose a lot of money, right? If you make a mistake, you could easily lose $20,000. But if you do it right and know how to navigate the deal, you could easily save $10,000 on a $400,000 deal. Percentage-wise, it's not a big percentage of that number. Edwin, high level, what's the difference between boots on the ground and mentorship? Well, the boots on the ground program, I do it all for you. So that's where me and my team, we find the properties for you. We connect you with the financing partners, the 100% lenders. We rehab the deals. So we handle that construction aspect. Then we tenant place the property. So we'll go out and find the tenants, Section 8, market rentals, room rentals, and then we'll property manage at 5%. So that's kind of that. Other question, what do you think of taking a loan out for my 401k to get your first property? I cashed out mine. I had an old 401. I cashed out mine. My brother cashed out his. My buddy cashed out his. I think we're all doing better off than we at least feel that way than we would have been doing if we left that money there by just putting it in a real estate and getting into the game. So it can make sense, but you have to do your own analysis, the tax way to tax, benefits or penalties and the pros and cons, because there are pros and cons. But to me, the long-term benefits of, think about it. If I cash out my 401k and got a property that tripled in value and the rents doubled and it cash flowed the whole way for 10 years, it beat my 401k. My 401k wasn't going to grow at that level. Not with the money I was making. Because in real estate, you get leverage. So you could take $20,000, lever it into a $250,000 deal. You're not getting that type of leverage in your 401k. You could take your $20,000 and put it into something. If it goes up 10% a year, which is the average, 10 to 12% on stocks, how much are you getting? Ride along. How would we know where to meet for this one? I got my ticket. We're meeting at, I'll tell you, I'm sending out an email tonight. So you'll get the email. It'll be very easy. Where's the link for the ride along? In the descriptions. If you click the links in the description, you'll kind of see it. It's labeled ride along. So guys, hope that helped. This will give you a good feel for Philly. So if you have any questions about Philly, watch this video. Definitely watch this back if you're thinking about Philly and some of these markets to invest in. If you're interested in any of our programs, if you want to do a ride along, take a tour of Philly with me. Just click the links in the description. The next one is August 31st. August 31st, we're going to do this next ride along. So get your pre-order tickets. They're going to sell out. So if you wait, it's just going to sell out. You can get it now, get access to the course content right now, and get locked in right now. And then when it comes up, you'll get your gear. You'll be ready to rock and roll. And then if you're interested in the Boots on the Ground program, DM me, Boots on the Ground. DM me Ride Along. DM me Inner Circle. If you just want to pick my brain and get into that private Q&A inner circle that we put together, get access to the course content, and just be able to pick my brain once a week. We're just going to have a private call once a week, or we'll talk about anything real estate related. Any questions you have, you're navigating an active deal, we're just going to go through it and map things out for you. So if you need that help and you've been looking for a way to get your first deal within the next 90 days, definitely reach out about that too. Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor. I'll see you on the next one.